Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Aqua Base Outdoors. For today's video, we're going to be talking about magic swimmers. Now on the market, there's a couple different companies. You might hear these go by different names. Obviously, Sabil is the most common one for this. They're the kind of the ones who pioneered this with their colors, but there's a lot of copies. You might hear them called canal swimmers. There's a bunch of different ones on eBay and things like that, which are other options for where you guys can get your lures. Now, if you take your bike and you go along the Cape Cod Canal, you're going to see people throwing a couple different sizes and a variety of different colors. And in front of you, I have the two most common that you will see. On top is that bone or white color, and this one's a nearly 10-inch, and this one actually isn't super heavy. This one I like to fish right along the surface, especially when there's breaking fish. Killer lure. Below that, we have the smaller 8-inch version. This one is great, especially if you're working with some of those smaller finger macs and things like that. It's a great lure so that you don't have to, have something super huge when the bait's a little bit smaller. As we know, it's always great to match the hatch. Like with most lures, I'm going to rig these in a slightly different way than they'd come out of the package. If you purchase a Sabil Magic Swimmer, it's going to come with hooks and split rings ready to go. You can fish that, but I found for the canal, I like to put on some of my own hardware. Now, this lure that you have in front of you, this one is not an actual Sabil. This is a knockoff that's made by a company on eBay, and I'll drop the link down below. And this one comes with no split rings or any hooks attached, so you can modify those yourself. And they're a little bit cheaper, and considering the fact that I'm probably going to snag this over the course of my time fishing it, I'm not going to be too sad if I lose it at that slightly less price by providing my own hardware. Alright, so for rigging, we're going to be using Roscoe split rings. These are the 6X size, a little bit larger and a little bit more strength to these than the 5.5H, and we're going to be placing 4.0 and 3.0 VMCs on this lure. Now, if you notice before we start, there are 3 attachments points here for your hooks. We're actually going to only use the middle two, or the waist of the plug. A lot of guys, you can read online message boards, they say not to use that back Sabil. There's some things about this not having the support here to actually hold on to a big fish. With that being said, it doesn't really need 3 trebles. So even if you believe that is going to hold, I'm going to put those in the middle because we don't really need 3 trebles on this. If you've watched my other videos, whenever we attach our split rings and things, you want to grab yourself a pair of split ring pliers and a regular pair of needle nose pliers. It'll make your life a lot easier. So as mentioned, we're going to attach a 4.0 size VMC hook here to the center. And then a 3.0 size, slightly smaller, is going to go on that second joint. And they won't through that action actually run into each other, and it'll give you a nice presentation in the water. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so with that, you have a perfectly rigged up, ready to go 10-inch Magic Swimmer. And again, just as a review, we've got that 4.0 size VMC here in the front. You've got the 3.0 in the back, and then I attach one of those Roscoe 6X split rings to the front here. And with that, you see these aren't going to get hung up on each other. They're out of the way, so it's ready to go, and this is going to be absolutely killer. And one of the best parts about this lure is it actually glows in the dark, which is something that's really cool. So I'll give you that pattern. It really makes that mackerel pattern pop. Alright, so we've just rigged up that 10-inch size. Now we're going to talk about the 8-inch. Now, same thing when we talked about that rear joint on the 10-inch side. We wanted to stay away from that. We're going to do the same thing on the smaller 8-inch. We're going to leave these back 2 joints where they are. We're just going to place one single hook in the middle, and we're going to use the 3.0 size VMC. So for this, we'll grab ourselves a 3.0 size hook. We'll grab one of those 2 6X split rings, one for the center here, and then one for the nose, and this one will be ready to go. Alright, and with that, we've got our rigged up 8-inch size. You can see just how that 3-inch is going to get right underneath the lure. It's not going to impede that swimming motion, and you're still going to, anything that's going to eat that size lure is also going to find that hook. So you're going to be totally fine with those two. Alright, with that, we have 2 rigged up Magic Swimmers, both the 10-inch and the 8-inch, ready to hit the canal or wherever you're fishing, whether it's the surf or the back bays. These work pretty well, wherever you got bait of a similar size. Alright, I hope this video was helpful. If you guys have any questions, please drop a comment. And as always, if you like what you see here, please hit that subscribe button and also a like. Thank you so much for watching Aqua Base Outdoors.